JSB Talks Digital.
Hello and welcome to JSB Talks Digital, the podcast for marketers, digital transformation champions, and those of you bringing your skills into the digital age. I'm Joanne Sweeney-Burke, and this podcast is brought to you by Digital Training Institute. In this episode, I discuss one of my favourite subjects, content marketing. Coming up in today's show, in social media news, Facebook launches Creator app, LinkedIn offering to tell bosses what employees are sharing, and for the fifth year in a row, #love is the top Instagram hashtag. I interview content marketing mavericks Andrew and Pete. In shoutouts, 3 content marketing examples that will inspire you. In JSB's column, win mid-funnel web traffic with content marketing, and find out what content marketing tool saved my working week.
Social media news.
Facebook has launched a Creator app to help influencers build video communities. We all know the importance of video in terms of engagement, especially on Facebook, as the social network continues to add new video marketing features. Facebook describes the Creator app as a one-stop shop for creators of all kinds to help take their passions to the next level. With the app, creators can easily create original video, go live with exclusive features, and connect with their community on Facebook, all from their pockets. The Creator app is actually a rebrand and update of the 2014 Facebook Mentions app that was only available to verified public figures and pages, but now it's open to everyone, including JSB. So go like my public figure page, Joanne Sweeney-Burke, to see how I'm using it. LinkedIn is a professional networking site growing in appeal amongst professionals and not just job seekers. But what do you think about their new offering to company bosses? LinkedIn is analysing user sharing habits and offering to send its findings to their employers. This includes the amount of content people are posting and the impact these updates are having on content engagement. The LinkedIn message to company bosses says, get data on your employees' sharing behaviour. We know from our research that companies whose employees regularly share content are able to better market their products and services. We'd like to offer you the chance to see unique data about the sharing activity of your own employees, something we're only doing for a select set of companies. My own opinion is that far from spying on who you are connected with, this feature promotes proficient use of LinkedIn by employees to build both their own professional but also the company's reputation. So, if you want a promotion, you might just look to LinkedIn as one of your tactics. For the 5th year in a row, #love is the top Instagram hashtag. The Beatles famously sang it, and now it seems it's official on the fastest growing social network. All you need is love. In celebration of their global community of 800 million people, Instagram is sharing the following year in review data. 2017's top Instagram hashtags, the most liked posts and videos of the year, the most Instagram cities and locations, obviously based on geotags, the most followed celebrities who gained the most followers on Instagram this year, hashtags that increased most in popularity throughout 2017, accounts with the most viewed Instagram stories, the most used Instagram filters in feed and Instagram stories, and, believe it or not, the most followed pets on Instagram. Follow along on #IG Year in Review as the social network reflects on the most memorable Instagram trends of 2017.
Interview.
In today's show, I interview 2 content marketing geniuses who are crazy about fun but practical marketing. Andrew and Pete help solopreneurs and small businesses to create insanely shareable content that builds brands people love through their membership community, Atomic. They're also the authors of The Hippocampus and Content Mavericks. I've been following Andrew and Pete for about a year now and recently got to meet them at the Youpreneur Summit in London. Of course, they immediately fell in love with JSB, and that had absolutely nothing to do with me giving them my drink tokens. In this interview, we discuss the power of content marketing and their approach to it. We also have a lot of fun and sing some Christmas tunes.
JSB Talks Digital.
I'm delighted to be joined by Andrew and Pete.
Hello.
Who are coming to JSB Talks Digital from the United Kingdom. I saw them at the weekend at the Youpreneur Summit. They are very funny and also good crack in real life, not just on screen. You're very welcome to JSB Talks Digital, guys.
Oh, thank you so much for having us. I'm glad you said that because I think most people just see us in edited YouTube format. So I'm glad we come across well in real life too.
Yeah. We're not jump cutting our way through life. We do actually breathe. We do take pauses. Sometimes.
So you guys have, in my own humble view, have shot to digital marketing fame over the last 12 months. You're creative content creators, you're authors and YouTubers. And every time I open a newsfeed or a Snapchat, you're there looking at me. Tell me, first of all, where you came from.
Well, that's a bit of a question. Where did we come from?
That is a good question.
Never been asked that one before.
Where did we come from? Where did we go? Where did we come from?
Do we have to have that story, Joanne? We drove that talk. Where did we come from?
Men came from Mars.
Yeah. So, I don't know where we've come from. We've been doing this for maybe about 5-ish years now, but it does seem like for the past 1 to 2 years, we've really kind of nailed down our focus. I feel like we were playing at the first few years of business, to be honest.
Yeah.
We were just kind of finding our feet.
This is kind of what we preach, though, because what a lot of people are doing is creating content, they're trudging along in business, and they're not really getting any results. They're not getting any traction or awareness. And this is what we like to teach people to get quicker results. So what happened to us was we were blogging for about maybe 2-3 years. We were on Twitter, we were on Facebook, and we literally just didn't get anything from it, like, at all. It was just like hard work to do, and you can never really see any benefits. It's just 2 or 3 years of just blogging, and it's like, is this doing anything for us? But you get told that it's a long-term strategy, and you just keep going with it, right? That's what we do. But one day we got really bored with this. Okay, so we started to go. When we went to networking events, we would always do something a bit crazy, a bit funny, a bit out the box. And that's where we got all our business from, just networking events, face-to-face meetings.
Like in our local area, we were pretty well known for just being a little bit crazy in real life at these events. But online, no one had a clue who we were.
So we decided that rather than take chocolates and fireworks and party poppers, indoor fireworks, to networking events, rather than dress up as zombies for networking events. We got business from that event, by the way. What we decided to do was actually be more creative with our content, be more standout with our content. So we let it ooze more of our personality out. We did things a little bit differently. We took the mick out of a few things. We went to extreme lengths to get some kind of content. And all these things like instantly had a result for us. The moment we start to put in a little bit more creativity into our content, that's when things actually started to really, really shoot for us, like really go for it. And that's kind of where we've come from, I guess. So maybe the last year or two, we've had this kind of focus on being a little bit different with our content. And that's where we've got all this, authority or awareness from. And I think people are really resonating with that because they're doing a lot of blogging and they're really struggling to get any results or any kind of a reaction. And if you're not hearing anything back, then it's A, disheartening, and B, it's probably not going to work for you. in the long run. Like, it is a long-term strategy, and it'll get better and better as you go on.
Yeah, we're kind
But
of bored
it's
of that
not
whole
like-
long-term strategy angle, because we completely get that it is, and it can take time to grow an audience, and it can take time to grow authority. But in our opinion, like, if what you're doing now isn't getting any reaction, like, whatsoever, which a lot of people's isn't, then
It's
I
not
don't
good
know
enough.
why you think as in a year's time it's suddenly all going to work. Because in a year's time, it's just going to be even noisier, right?
So somebody said to me this week that content marketing was simply a buzz. It's overrated, and in terms of a marketing tactic, it holds no weight at all. Having us just come back from a content marketing summit over 2 days in London, and about scaling the brand of us, or the brand of you, content marketing was at the heart of it. What are your own views on that statement?
It's interesting, right? Because at that event, they had up a slide at one point, and the slide said, content marketing, what was it? I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said something like content marketing is the only viable option these days. And we kind of agree, I would say, especially if you're looking for longevity with your marketing. And I think it can be thrown around a lot as a buzzword, content marketing. But if you're looking to grow your business online, our view is the internet is made up from content, right? If you're looking to get found online, whatever you're going to be doing to get found online, you're going to have to create some kind of content. So if you don't have a marketing strategy around that content you're creating, then nothing's going to happen, right? So it's like, I don't know how anyone can say content marketing isn't a thing, or content marketing isn't here to stay. If you believe the internet is here to stay, then you should really be thinking that content marketing's here to stay too.
I think
Unless we're going to revert 15 years.
I know. I think the only difference is the fact that it's becoming so crowded that it's not working for a lot of people who are doing average things.
Yeah.
Average things are going to get filtered out. It's only the really good stuff that's getting seen. And it's constantly evolving. So there's a lot of new like trends coming about, and there's, influencer marketing and advocacy marketing and things like this that are becoming more apparent as well. So content marketing, writing a blog for yourself might not be working, as well as it used to. There's still room for it.
Well, funny about splitting the audiences, you've also put it up to Daniel and Lloyd Knowlton to get audiences to choose who's their favorite. So what's the idea behind this crazy marketing strategy?
63% have chosen us over them. So
yeah. That other 38% though, that does sting a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, it was our audience that picked.
Some people just did it out of spite.
So tell me about go on.
We're going to be doing a kind of series of challenges with them. So they've sent us a challenge that we have to perform, and we're going to send them one, and vice versa. And it's going to be a series of videos that it's going to attempt to give some value, but in more of a humorous way. So it's going to be quite funny. So think of like tasks that you might see on, say, Celebrity Juice or something like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Marketing twist.
Yeah.
Have you met Dan and Lloyd?
Have I what?
Have you met Dan and Lloyd before?
Not in real life, just online.
Just online.
Our relationship isn't as deep as yours, okay? Let's just
it's not.
It's really funny because we call them our frenemies. So they're great guys, but total enemies, right? No, we have like different services, so it's all good. Yeah. But it's funny because they're almost a little bit like us, like me being Dan and you being Lloyd. Like Lloyd's the really funny one. Dan's
the one that spends forever on his hair.
So this is a new form of marketing, because when we're trying to inform, educate, or inspire people to elevate their digital marketing tactics, that can be quite boring. And we feel that maybe we have to be kind of sensible and professional all the time.
Yeah.
But what you're doing is you're almost stepping into the entertainment realm. Almost like Anton Deck meets Mary Smith and Michael Stelzner, although I should have used two men. John Lee Dumas and Michael Stelzner. You know, it's
Yeah, you can be Mary Smith. Because a lot of people are trying to learn and trying to educate themselves, and it's hard work. And if that content that they're reading or consuming to educate themselves is also ridiculously dull and boring, and it's just making it harder for yourself. So if we can tell you exactly the same stuff or better stuff in a funner, more light-hearted way that's actually going to keep you engaged and watching, then, you know, we're going to win out over them.
Yeah. Oh, it's not something for everyone. I think a lot of people have that misconception that we're just all about teaching businesses to have a laugh or teaching businesses to be fun or funny. And we're not, but we're saying if you've got that asset, then use it, right? Because it is completely underused, especially in our world of marketing. There isn't that many marketers that can entertain and educate at the same time.
Yeah.
And we're all about making our content as consumable as possible. So even if you can't be funny, just think about making it as easy as possible for people to actually learn from you, whatever that kind of looks like.
Now, I want to talk about something a bit more serious. The F word.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk about funnels. Because when it comes to funnels and, you know, creating your own funnel or looking at models that other people are using to bring the customer through in a journey and making sure that you have access to them at different digital touch points, I wonder, should we actually follow the models that the experts are sharing with us, or should we have one that's kind of bespoke to our audience and how our customers are interacting with us?
It's an interesting one, right? Because I think when you look at a lot of the training around funnels, they are very American. And in our opinion, it doesn't completely hit the British or the Irish market exactly as it might do the American market.
Yeah.
So we're always a little bit wary. And plus, it doesn't necessarily like align with our brand, that kind of hard sales style funnels. Saying that, however, I think it's always stupid to ignore what's working for other people and not try to kind of take that on and implement it some way in your own business. What we do at Andrew and Pete is we try to simplify our funnels like as much as possible. So we are growing our list, we're growing our audience. And the way we like to look at it is we're growing this audience, right? And not everybody is ready to buy right now, today, right? But that's okay, right? We're building our brand over time with them. But we do need a way to find out who is actually interested in taking that next step with us. So as well as doing like our fun, educational, entertaining style content, we kind of lump that under this primary content we're creating. We also create what we call secondary content. Now, this secondary content is designed to sell, but it's also designed to find out who is a little bit warmer in our audience, right? And those are the people that we are following up with and putting into more of the traditional style funnels as such. So this secondary style content should indicate some like propensity to actually go buy, right? So a good example of secondary piece of content on our website is on our sales page, we have a behind the scenes look at our membership site Atomic. But to access that bit of content, you have to give us your name and your email address. Yeah. So that's flagging up into our email service provider that this person has accessed a behind the scenes look at our membership site. So that says to us, they're probably a little bit warmer than everyone else in our audience that hasn't accessed that bit of content. So those people we do follow up with, and we do send maybe, I don't know, 3 to 5 follow-up emails to see if they are ready yet to join Atomic. And if they're not, cool. We can just keep on building our brand equity with them over time with the other kind of content. But if they are, then funneling them and giving them a bit more information and answering some of the questions. I hate the word funneling them, but moves them over the line into a customer a lot quicker.
Yeah. And I think like going back to the original question, every time we've tried to create our own unique style of funnels, like it's been very hit and miss. Some of them have worked, some of them just have bombed. And every time we've, followed someone who's actually provided, this is what's really working for me right now. If you follow that, but put it in your own unique spin on it, like your own brand, your own wording, then it tends to work a lot better. but we do like to do things in a non-douchey way. So like we just released a course, like a show on Atomic, and it's called E-Nailed, how to like nail your email marketing in a non-douchey way. And we think that's like really important, and a lot of people have resonated and come to us because they're kind of fed up or annoyed with this really hard selling, aggressive, slimy, sleazy, sales style that a lot of digital marketers do. And I think it's given the word funnels like a bad name.
Yeah. Especially when a lot of them are giving away copy and paste templates. Yeah. So like literally just go and copy exactly what I've done. It's just like, oh, that's not you. You wouldn't copy someone else's blog post, someone else's podcast. Why are you copying someone else's email? We're not a big fan of those.
So at least about 2 years ago, we had influencers and high-end digital marketers who were known for particular channels. So they were either Snapchat influencers or Instagram influencers or Facebook influencers. And, by and large, some of them are still there. However, I've kind of sensed a bit of a change in tone and approach. Because Instagram and Facebook is just emulating everything that Snapchat is doing. And they're kind of stagnated and their audience isn't growing as quickly, and Instagram is just rocketing through the roof. Having a one kind of strand approach to whether it's your influencer position or to your digital marketing, it totally is dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit risky. And I think we've always been wary of focusing down so much on just one platform. Saying that though, if you do want results from a social platform, then it is important you put a lot of focus on one in particular. And I think that's actually something that came away from the Upreneur conference that we were at the weekend. I think us personally, we are maybe a little bit too spread across them, where we love Twitter and we love YouTube. So going into 2018, we are going to be putting more focus down on those platforms. But I think growing your email list is super important because obviously that's your data. Don't build your audience on rented land or that malarkey. And for us, I think what we've done quite well at over the years is I think some people look to see what the next thing is all the time, right? And they're always worried about taking action because they never know if something's going to last. Where for us, it's like we always look to see what's working now and focus on that. Yeah. So when Snapchat came out, we were all over Snapchat. We were absolutely loving it. We've got some great connections on Snapchat. We've got some great business from Snapchat. But if it's died, well, I'm not saying it's going to die, but I think especially in our online marketing space, it is dying a little bit. We're not like precious in saying, right, we're going to like go down with the ship. We're like saying, right, Instagram's working. Let's hop over to Instagram and let's see what's going on over there.
Yeah, like just utilize what's hot right now.
Yeah.
But all the time, you want like a dominant platform. So like Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, like they're sticking around for a while. Like they're not going to go down tomorrow or in 5 years or whatever. But even if the thing is, if you have one dominant platform, even if it is on like something new, like Snapchat was, the people that have made it on Snapchat, because they really made that their dominant platform, they grew a huge audience very quickly because it was a growing platform. And then they were able to move that audience over to something like YouTube.
Yeah.
So, for example, Sean McBride, Shonduras, he was like the world's most popular Snapchatter. He had millions and millions of followers. And now he's got millions and millions of YouTube followers, right? He wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise. So having one focus is always going to win out over being more spread out. But at the same time, you might want a secondary platform just to kind of cross-promote your main platform and find new people and just utilizing what's hot. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So you had a little prop at the beginning of this interview, and obviously for the podcast listeners, they will not be able to see your book. But for those that will be watching on YouTube, please hold up that lovely little book that you guys have jointly written. Content Mavericks, 7-step content marketing handbook. Ooh, and did you know, guys, that the magic number in listicles is 7?
It's always the magic number. The lucky number.
My favorite number. Everything comes in sevens. What were we doing? We were planning out a new video, and Peter made like 8 points, and I was like,
we need to get rid of this last
we're getting
point.
rid of this last point.
Seven's the magic number. So tell us about the book. What motivated you to write it? And what were your business goals? And did you write like an equal word count each? Or does somebody write more words than the other?
But the books really come about because people are hitting their head against the wall when it comes to content marketing, okay? So they're putting content out there and they're not getting anything from it. And what a lot of people are doing is focusing on the sexier side of content marketing, digital marketing. Like
What's the sexier side?
The sexier side, yeah.
Yeah, but what is the sexier side of content marketing?
That's more
Us.
Us. That's all about promotion and lead generation. So a lot of people are talking about paid advertising, they're talking about social media, they're talking about funnels and landing pages. And what a lot of people are doing is just jumping towards that first. And for us, you're probably going to fail or not get the best results if you just jump into that first, okay? So people are coming into this world, maybe they've been made redundant, they've got an amazing skill, but they don't know how to market themselves, or maybe they've been doing this for a while and they're struggling. They're overwhelmed. Like, where do you actually start when it comes to content marketing? What do I do first? So Content Mavericks is the 7 logical steps that you need to take. So it's the order. So start here and then finish here. And there's 5 other steps before promotion and lead generation. Okay, you need to get yourself in the right mindset. You need to find out what your customers want. You need to find out what your brand is and how you can get that across. You need to be creating content that is unique. You need to be more organized. You need to actually be able to create content rather than just going for what you think's easiest for you. You need to go with what your audience wants. Do they want videos? Do they want podcasts? Or is a blog actually okay? So it goes through all these other steps first to get you organized, consistent, producing amazing content that's going to resonate.
I think
and then promotion of that content. And then how do we generate leads and sales from that?
Yeah, I was going to say, I think our favorite chapter is chapter 3 or module 3, which is all about how to create your content stamp, what we're calling it. So how do you actually create content that is unique to you, that someone can look and say, oh, that's so-and-so's piece of content. That's not just copying everyone else in your industry. So we've got a specific process for actually mapping that out, and specific things that you need to kind of think about to come up with a more unique idea.
Yeah. So if you are creative, it gives you like a guideline
to
kind of like rein you in. And if you're not creative, then it gives you triggers to kind of get those brainstorming points across and get your juices flowing. That's it.
So now that I know that Andrew and Pete are not breaking up now or in the future, that's my exclusive. What is the future? What do you want the future to be for you guys? Let's talk about the next 2 to 5 years. What's your big dream, your big vision?
World domination.
For us, we really want to grow our community, our membership site, Atomic. It's an amazing place, and that's what we want to really grow and focus on. And the way we're doing that is we're going to be providing a lot more shows. So within Atomic, there's a lot of shows already. And in our free content, we're going to be transitioning our site. So it almost looks like a Netflix. So, or Amazon Love Film, Amazon Prime, whatever it's called these days. Yeah, Netflix. So you can go into our site and you can access a range of different shows. So some will be funny, some will be just like really in depth, and some will be like how-to practical things. Some will be challenges with Dan and Lloyd. And also there'll be the paid for stuff, which to get access to, you'll need to join Atomic.
Yes.
So I think it's going to be a really cool turning point for us. And we're always looking to step things up. That's what we're always about.
I think like the standards people are expecting of online content are just going up and up and up and up and up. So we just want to keep up with that. And I don't know if there was any TV producers out there looking for an up and coming duo, then I think we'd like to give that a shot at some point.
Well, you know what? We talk about TV and the social networks are actually looking to partner with content creators who can create the traditional TV show, but online, that gives us that Netflix feel that we can choose based on interest and when and where it suits us. So I think you could be onto something. I really do. Not that you need my kind of, permission or word.
I do believe in us, Joanne.
Yeah,
we can do anything.
We're taking that one.
Don't knock JSB's belief, really. It's definitely worth something. But I really enjoy your content. I really enjoy how you approach it, and 100% agree. I mean, I love selling in the real world through having a conversation with somebody. But when it comes to online and that aggressive sales, it gives me an itchy skin. I really don't like it. And I think more and more people are finding that as well. And being true to yourselves and your own personality, that's pretty cool. I've really loved you guys coming on JSB Talks Digital.
We've had so much fun. Thank you for having us.
And, when you get your own online TV show, I'd love to sit on the couch with you, not behind the screen, but I'll come on. How's that?
That would be awesome. We're signing up guest one before we've even been commissioned. So there we go.
It's a package deal now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So Content Mavericks is the book. Atomic is the membership site. AndrewandPete.com is the website. Yeah,
AndrewandPete.com has the links to everything. So hopefully you'll be able to find stuff on there.
And of course, they're also on they have a podcast, and they're also on iTunes, on Stitcher for Android. These guys are everywhere. So go check them out if you haven't already. Andrew and Pete, such a pleasure. Loved meeting you in real life. You are equally fun there as you are on the internet screen. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Joanne. Thanks for listening, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
JSB Talks Digital.
Should we do some ho ho ho?
We should have done some ho 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 in or something.
Right, okay, sing me a Christmas song. Go on.
Ho ho ho.
Whenever you do that, I always want to go Green Giant.
Shoutouts.
In this part of the show, I give shoutouts to individuals, organizations, or brands that are remarkable online and worth talking about. In this week's show, I'm giving shoutouts to 3 content marketing case studies that will inspire you to improve your own strategy. These examples are winners of the 2017 Content Marketing Institute's Content Marketing Awards.
1.
Frontline Education is a school software company focused on the K-12 market in the United States. Its marketing department was tasked with generating 1/3 of the company's sales pipeline. The team tackled this goal by building and documenting a content marketing strategy, including a mission statement, persona profiles, a topic repository, and an editorial calendar around informing, educating, and inspiring educational leaders. To drive relevant topics for the market, the team leveraged customer interviews, internal subject matter experts, and original industry data from a separate content marketing initiative, the Frontline Research and Learning Institute. The content strategy delivered on its goals. Marketing exceeded its goals and generated 32% of the company's new business. Content saw steady engagement and increased engagement in new market areas. In one area, professional growth, Frontline saw a 195% increase in click-to-open rates. Despite a high volume of marketing emails, the value of the content led to very low opt-out rates at 0.7%. Not only does their content receive frequent accolades from company leadership, but prospective clients have emailed to thank Frontline for its content.
2.
HBF is Western Australia's oldest and largest private health insurer. Last year, it developed its first content brand, Direct Advice for Dads. Taking a page out of the Content Inc. playbook, the company steered clear of the crowded maternity market and identified a gap in pregnancy and parenting content targeted to new and expecting dads. HBF's decision to tilt its content focus to serve this untapped audience turned out to be a key factor in dads' success, and also a source of inspiration in the lives of the dads who now engage with it regularly.
3,
Tech solutions provider CDW recognized the power in using thought leadership content to build the trusting relationships that are critical to driving its business. But while the goals for its successful tech magazine program have remained largely the same since its inception in 2002, the company has shown little interest in resting on its laurels. Instead, it has committed to evolving the way it uses content to strengthen its position as a trustworthy and technically astute partner in the tech decision-making process. CDW shifted to its brand newsroom processes so it could publish new content daily for each of the websites in its portfolio. These efforts to provide more immediacy resulted in more consistent traffic across each site rather than spikes around print mail dates. Read more about these winning case studies and everything on today's show at the blog post associated with this podcast at digitaltraining.ie.
JSB's column.
In today's column, I want to tell you about the mid-funnel opportunity that is largely ignored by brands and organizations when trying to attract and convert their ideal customer. The marketing tactic to win this valuable traffic is, you guessed it, content marketing. So what is a funnel, I hear you ask? Well, in the very astute words of Kissmetrics, a funnel is the set of steps a visitor needs to go through before they can reach the conversion stage of a buying process. The middle of the funnel is where you start making a case for what your organization or business offers, and where you can start identifying your product or service as a solution that they need. This podcast, for example, is a mid-funnel piece of content. I'm sharing my knowledge, hacks, and expertise, which gives you trust in me. For many of you, you are probably thinking right now, how can I work with JSB? Some people think, unfortunately, that the mid-funnel is the hardest part of the funnel to master. But that's because they are impatient and just want people to buy, book, or sign up. Making people aware of something is one thing, and so is convincing a potential customer to invest in you. But you need to guide your customer through the funnel, and the mid-funnel is where you educate and inform them. This stage is also the part of the process where content marketing can add the most value. For a lot of businesses, conversion is still happening face-to-face. For other businesses or organizations who have a high social advertising spend, they're doing that with Google PPC or with Facebook ads. So why does content marketing work so well in the middle of the funnel? The answer is simple. Content marketing talks directly to those who are already aware of your organization or your business. It convinces them that you know what you're talking about and that your service would be a valuable investment, all without getting too salesy and turning people off. As Contently puts it, mid-funnel content helps your audience evaluate your brand and develop an affinity for it over your competitors. If you need a content marketing strategy, then get in touch. Simply email me to joanne@digitaltraining.ie.
Social media tool of the week.
The content marketing tool that saved my working week this week is ConvertKit, email marketing software for digital content creators. We all know that success in content marketing is getting as many relevant eyeballs on our content. ConvertKit helps us grow our list to allow us to achieve that goal. Its features include attractive forms, trackable data, and simple but powerful automations. You can also build personalized emails using their drag and drop email sequence builder. Find out more at convertkit.com. Thanks for tuning in to episode 76 of JSB Talks Digital. As always, I have everything discussed on today's show on my award-winning blog at digitaltraining.ie. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud, and you'll also find us on Libsyn, the podcast network. If there's a topic that you'd like me to cover on the podcast, let me know on social. Tweet me to Tweets by JSB, post a comment on our Facebook page, Digital Training Institute. You can also snap me to JSB Snaps, or why not send your question to JSB Grams on Instagram. I'm Joanne Sweeney Burke. This is JSB Talks Digital. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.
JSB Talks Digital.